Hey, welcome to a poetic journey for first to third graders. Now, I have taught first to third graders poetry as a poet in the schools for 20 years, and it's been my life work, my life blessing. And I am here today on this very special day where I have been sequestered, and many of you have been sequestered. And I've decided, why not? I'm going to bring it out into your living room to living room, the experience of poetry. In these few minutes, we'll have a little intro to what a poem might be, and we'll write one together. So here we go. Number one, what is a poem? The best way to think about what a poem is it has something to do with your heart and the things you love. It needs to sound good to your own ears. It needs to feel like a surprise, a little bit of a surprise when you think of your answer to the questions I'll ask. What I love the most about poetry, myself, are the pictures. How many of you like the pictures? We all like pictures, right? But let's try an experiment. Right now, the picture on the screen is me. But I bet if you close your eyes for just a minute and I say a few words, let's see what happens. If I say the feeling of rabbit's fur, can you feel that? Or if I say the sound of hard rain on the roof, can you hear that? Or if I say the smell of popcorn wafting in from the theater as you pass by on the sidewalk, can you smell that? If I say animal, do you see something? It's not that good, is it? What if I say bear? The picture get better? I bet it did. Why did it get better? What did I do? I mean, bear is a shorter word. That's exactly right. I zoomed in. I told you what kind of animal. What? Animal's a pretty big world. But when I zoomed in, you saw the bear. Now, I'll see if I can make that bear a little better. What if I say a baby polar bear skittering on the ice trying to catch up to its mother that just leapt into the icy water? Now we got a video, right? So the pictures in this is the magic of words, of the code we've all broken now, that we can hear and look at words and we can suddenly see things, but not just see things. We can smell things, feel something on our fingers. We can taste the taste of a fresh, ripe strawberry. We can feel the sweet juice going down our throats. This is the magic of poetry. It makes pictures all over our body, not just in our little brains. And I am going to give you a poem now that will help us get ready to write one. This is a poem by Scott Momaday, who is a Native American poet, and he grew up like Native Americans often do in a natural setting. So he was around animals a lot. You're going to see a lot of that in his poem. He's going to tell us who he is, but not the way adults do. He's going to tell us who he is the way a poet does, with pictures. You could close your eyes when I tell you this poem. I know it by heart. I change it a little. Sorry, Scott Momaday. But let's hear. Close your eyes. This is who he is. He calls it his delight song. I am a feather in the bright sky. I am the blue horse that runs on the grassy plain. I am the fish that rolls shining in the water. I am the shadow that follows a child. I am the evening light, the luster in the meadows. I'm an eagle playing with the wind. I'm a cluster of bright beads. I am the furthest star. I'm the cold of the dawn and the roaring of the rain. I'm the glitter on the crust of the snow and the long track of the moon in the lake. I'm a flame of 4 colors and a deer standing far away at dusk. I am the hunger of a young wolf. I am the whole dream of these things. You see, I am alive. I am alive. I stand in good relations to the earth. I stand in good relations to the sky. I stand in good relations to all that is beautiful. You see, I am alive. I am alive. You can come back now. Did you see some things? Hear some things? What kinds of things do you remember? Do you remember the fish, and how was that fish? Notice he didn't just say, I'm a feather, I'm a horse, I'm a fish, did he? He said, I am a feather in the bright sky. I am the blue horse, which is probably not a cartoon. Some horses look a little blue. I am the blue horse that runs on the grassy plain. I am the fish that does what? Ah, some of you remember that rolls and shines in the water. Which shadow was it? That's right, the shadow that follows a child. So he always told us what kind. And what I love is in poetry, you don't have to necessarily know the names of things. If there's a tree in your backyard you love, you don't have to know its name. You might say, well, it's the tree with the great big leaves that look like the paws of elephants. Or you might say, it's the little skinny tree that looks like a green waterfall, especially when the wind blows. Or you might say, it's that big old tree with the bark that's so wrinkly it reminds me of my grandfather's hands. All you have to do is see it in your mind. And then when you see that, or feel it in your fingers, or smell it in your nose, when you have that picture inside, that's what you write. So that's number 1. Number 2 for our poem today is we don't stay any of those things very long, do we? He was a feather, but then he was a horse. And then he was a fish. And then he was, do you remember where we were? A shadow. And then he was light. So he's kind of a wizard, which the imagination is the source of all wizardry. And so right now, I'm letting you all be wizards. And in your wizardry, the first assignment, your first wizardly, poetic assignment, is to turn yourself into an animal. What kind? Remember, what kind? And it doesn't mean you have to know a name. Maybe you're a sleepy dog. Maybe you're a cheerful dog. Maybe you're a dog with really bushy hair. It's been rolling in fish, so it smells a little like fish. I don't know. You get to decide. So tell us in your first line of your poem, I am, and turn yourself into an animal. Tell us what kind. Tell us what it's doing and where. So let's say you want to be a Komodo dragon. Maybe you're a colorful Komodo dragon. I think they all are. And where are you? What are you doing? Oh, I just crawled under a rock and I'm sleeping. Or maybe you're a kitten. What kind of kitten? Maybe I'm a lazy kitten playing around lazily with a red ball of yarn. Or you get what I'm doing. And I want you today to write, let's try for 5 different animals that you're going to turn yourself into. And next time, we're going to add to that. So have fun writing. Get out your pencils, your crayons, whatever way you love to write, and write yourself a wizard poem. And I'll see you next time.